Hi, my name is Paige and I'm pretty sure I'm addicted to my phone. I've spent the better part of the last 6 months trying to undo this addiction. I've tried everything: screen time limits, deleting TikTok, putting my phone on charge in another room for bedtime, and it works for like a week and then I lose the habit and I go back into my old ways. And what I realized really recently is the inevitability is because everything's so accessible on my phone, the mindless scrolling is really hard to undo. And I was talking with my partner, I was like, maybe I just get a Nokia, maybe I get a brick phone and I just lean into that. But then I'm like, how am I going to use maps? How am I going to WhatsApp people? And he was like, here's a thought: use your phone as a phone, keep your iPhone, keep the maps on it, keep WhatsApp, delete all the socials, get an iPad and put them on there. And I thought, hell, that might fucking work. I'm embarrassed to admit the fact that I need a physical intervention, such as a new product, in order to undo my addiction to social media, but that is the way it is designed, and I cannot emphasize enough, the new to me product was a second-hand one from Back Market, because Apple do not make their products ethically. This video is me vlogging just throughout the week, my reflections and my feelings about whether the iPad is working. And I was going to get dressed for this intro, but every single video I've taken, I'm in my pajamas. I've had my Skin and Me product on, the face is red, and honestly I don't really give a fuck. So I was like, I'm just going to record this in my Udi. So this is both a tour of my pajamas and also a reflection of the process of having an iPad as a physical entity to prevent myself from using social media.
Day one, hour one, without having social media on my phone. I have been on my phone all morning, but I've been sorting through photos and videos because I've run out of iCloud storage. I don't want to pay for any more storage, and I have so many videos on my phone that could be deleted. So screen time, neutral impact; productivity and like an actual good use of my time, positive impact.
There were so many moments yesterday evening when I went to go check Instagram absent-mindedly and I was like, you physically don't have it on your phone, which was concerning enough. But the most recent, it's like hour two, the most recent thing I've come up across is I needed my friend's second name to book something and I don't know how to spell it, and I just rely on Instagram to tell me because it's in her handle. So now I have to message her and be like, how do I spell your name?
Just logged into my iPad over lunchtime, just switched it on, and I was like, because I was just sat there like doing nothing, and I was like, I actively was like, well, I could go and like check Instagram and stuff, and it was something I wanted to put on my story, and I like sat with it for a minute because again it wasn't on my phone, so I had to like cognitively think about it, and I was like, well, I'm not doing anything else and I wouldn't feel guilty about doing that right now, and I'm not doing it as a way of like ignoring how I'm feeling or a way of just like just switching off. It literally is like I have something I want to do on there, I want to double check stuff. And so I logged in, and the thing about it being on an iPad is that the app doesn't configure perfectly with like the size of the iPad, which makes it look clunky, but it helps you like bring you out of it. Like, you know, I don't know, something about it is less immersive, but it's a good thing. So like I really do feel like I'm on an app. So I went into my different accounts. I have 3, don't worry about it. Check them all. Nothing glaringly crazy had happened in the like, what time is it now, 12, and I deleted the app at 10 o'clock last night. So in the like 14 hours since I'd last logged in, to no one's surprise, I uploaded the one story I wanted to do, went through one of my accounts and just favorited a bunch of, because where I follow my friends doing like poll stuff and whatever, favorited a bunch of stuff that was really fun to watch through. And then I was like, cool, I guess I'm done. Checked Vinted just to make sure nothing had bought anything, no one had, and I just turned it off. I think I spent maybe 20 minutes on it. Not to say that would be the only time I use it today, I suspect I'll log in again later, but if I use that 20 minutes now and I'm able to walk away from it, that's a very good sign. As day one of having my iPad draws to a close, I feel like today, I was really busy today, so like I didn't really reach my phone for Instagram, bar that one like lunchtime break, and now I'm on it, and I will have been on it for like at least an hour by the time I'm done uploading videos. But that's because I went to an event tonight where I took loads of cool videos of people performing and I want to share them, so like it's not mindless. One observation is I think that, I don't know if this is true, it feels like Instagram works slow on the iPad, which is kind of frustrating, but like probably doing me the world of good in terms of just like my sense of delayed gratification. So day one's gone well, basically. I woke up this morning really wanting to go on Instagram, but that makes sense because of what happened last night with everyone performing. There's videos up of people have posted, and I've posted a video. I want to see what people have said. Like, it still feels more intentional and mindless scrolling. I feel like the drive I have to go and see what's happening is potentially something I want to unpack, or at least like reduce. But as it's day 2, I'm going to give myself a break and just go on it for 10 minutes while I have breakfast, and then close down the iPad and try not to go on it again till later on this evening. I went onto the app, I got my validation. After a couple of minutes I realised like nothing was changing in like at breakneck speed. I was like, I guess I'll just come off the app. So I guess the difference is that I would have been checking all day today on my phone, like religiously. But instead I'm going to try my damned hardest. I've got plans this afternoon. I need to clean the house this morning. I'm just going to try my hardest like not to look at it till I get back from my evening plans. Look at it once in the evening and then call it a day. So we'll see. It is day 3 with having the old iPad, and I feel much the same as I did the previous days, in the sense that I feel like my screen time is not necessarily going down, but my intentions are way better and my mindless scrolling is non-existent. I actually spent a bit of time writing an article on Substack, or article, post, whatever, and that actually like slept up 45 minutes of my evening. I don't even know where the time went. And then I spent a bit of time on Substack. I haven't really used a timeline before, but I really enjoyed that, and it wasn't too dissimilar from Twitter in the early days, in the sense that it's quite light-hearted, which I do concern about, because I'm like, well, inevitably it will just become some over-commodified platform. But I really enjoyed that, and I read a few articles which I really liked, and actually one of my friends has a Substack and I subscribed to her, and it was fun going in and reading her article, because it's like a fun way to like see a door into someone's psyche that you're close with. And so while it was still very much screen time, it felt way more intentional. It felt quite relaxing, and then like I really naturally came to a close, and just kind of like, because like with reading you do tire of it, like, and there is that like it's not quite doing the same thing to your brain with the dopamine as watching videos or reels. So I just sort of closed it and went for a shower, and now I'm here, and it seems like I only seem to record these videos when I'm in my pajamas, but that's fine. So it's kind of like the end of week 1 of my first week without having Instagram on my phone. Technically I started it on Friday night, it's now a Saturday morning, so you could argue the case that I've not included today, but it's not serious. I'm a bit sick, so I'm a look crusty, allow it, and that's why I'm in my pajamas again. It's fine, doesn't matter, everything's made up. Just had a look, and my screen time is down 13%, which I'm really happy about. It doesn't seem like a massive number, but my average is 3 hours and 30 minutes a day on my screen, which is really good, because there was a time period where my average was like fucking 6 hours a day. So I'll take 3 hours and 30 minutes. That isn't making me feel as sick as it has prior. The other thing is that this week I've been just like weaning myself off. So like maybe the first half of the week, I'm one of those people who takes my phone to the toilet all the time. It's kind of gross when I really think about it. I know a lot of people do. And on the second half of the week, I was like, I'm going to challenge myself to stop taking my phone to the toilet. And then there have been moments this week where I've like been doing activities where normally I would have something on in the background, and I've just not done it. And like with each passing kind of day, it gets a little bit easier to do. So I'd say it's worked really well. I've actually spent more time on WhatsApp than I have on Instagram. So my screen usage in total has gone down, but the energy is kind of like, I would say Instagram's gone down massively, but the time has been replaced by me being on WhatsApp. Okay, it's still screen time, but it's a far cry better, because it means I'm communicating with my friends, like, and I'd rather be doing that than just like watching random videos on Instagram. Yeah, so when I say this has been a successful first week, absolutely. I think the baby steps towards me using my phone less and less are like, the foundations are there. Like, I think that I'd like to work to be in a position where I'm not taking my phone to the toilet. Something about having the iPad is that I have genuinely, because it is just quite big, it's not as easy to just like have on you all the time and mindlessly scroll. And like, for instance, a couple of nights ago, I went on Instagram really briefly to check something just before bed, and I literally was on there for 5 minutes and I was able to come off. It's almost like I don't use the Reels function as much when I'm on the iPad, and I find that I can really happily just look at one of my accounts and not one of the other ones, and that doesn't really bother me. That physical barrier in between has made a real difference. So yeah, week 1 I would say it's been a success so far.